So yesterday we have discussed some points about demographic cycle, but the most important question from the exam is that from which stage does the India belong? The our country India, where does it belongs? In which stage of demographic transition? So and many of the students were confused between stage 3 and stage 4. So today we will understand how demographic transition model will work in the most simplest way possible. That is exactly how it is asked in our NEET PG, FMG and INICET. So demographic cycle, and we will also cover some part of population pyramid. Okay, so we will see what is demographic transition model. The demographic transition is it is change in birth rate and death rate. It is just change in between these two, and based upon these two entities, it decides whether the country will develop or not. Means it will develop economically or not. When a country develops, sanitation improves, healthcare improves, education increases. So birth rate and death rate changes over time in every stage. So here we will see what are the 5 stages that are mostly important in this demographic transition model. We will plot two graphs, right? X-axis and y-axis. Two lines, x-axis and y-axis. On y-axis, we will keep birth rate as green. Birth rate, green denotes growth, and red for death rate, death, dangerous. Okay, so we will see, and on this x-axis we will keep time. Okay, time. So okay, here we go. The stage number 1, stage number 1, stage number 2, stage number 3, stage number 4, and stage number 5. Finally, we'll name it afterwards. After we'll explain what is that happening in that. Okay, so birth rate, as we have denoted it with green, we'll take green. In this first stage, birth rate remains constant and death rate also remains constant. Means in same pace, both are in same pace. Here we name it as what stage? As this is called, we will write it high stationary. Next, as we have seen, birth rate is constant, death rate is constant in this first stage. So here we will see poor sanitation, epidemics, famine, no medical care, just a random, non-biased, non means just a society where there is no primitive societies like. So say we can say almost no countries are in this stage today. Which country will live in this stage? Yeah. Okay, birth rate and death rate same. So in second stage we can see transition in the birth rate and death rate. How? Birth rate remains constant here, but we can see a great dip in death rate. It decreases gradually, means time gradually. So we name this as, means it is what we can see, death rate is decreasing, but what is increasing? The green line means birth rate is constant. As deaths are low, so population will expand. So we will name it as expanding, but it is early stage, right? So early expanding. Right? In this stage, death rates falls due to vaccination services, due to sanitation, good sanitation, due to antibiotics. Here we can see population explosion in this in this phase, in this early expanding, we see population explosion. So birth rates remain high and population increases rapidly. Here many of the developing countries were here in this stage at earlier stages. So we will see in what happens in next stage, that is third stage. To birth rate, we will see birth rates falls gradually in this third stage. Hmm? And that rate, it is falling, but not as rapidly as it was falling in second stage. So here also population is growing as death rates are even low as birth rate. So here also population is growing, but it is still growing, but some not up to this much. This here was a very explosion, right? See, this will also expanding, this is also expanding, so we will name it as late expanding. Late expanding. Expanding. I see, guys. This third stage occurs due to great female education, great contraception, nice urbanization, family planning. These various processes. They say that this is most important phase and most important point for our exam also, late expanding. Here most questions are asked, that are repeatedly asked. And you know what, this is the phase where India is today. India is here, man. India is here in this late expanding. We are growing population, right? So here we are. Next stage, we will move to next stage, that is next stage 4. In stage 4 we will see birth rates are decreasing rapidly and death rates are decreasing, but not as great extent as it was dipping in at first place. We'll make it more a small gap in this area, small gap, so it is stationary. We will name it as stationary, but not high, it's low stationary. Next, as we move to fifth stage, the scenario changes. Birth rate rapidly declines, death rates are more, deaths are more, right? So we will name this as declining. So what happens in low stationary? We have forgotten. Low stage, here birth rates are low, death rates are also low, population, but population is stable and it is stationary. Examples here, we can say USA, UK, France, right? These developed countries are there. People choose smaller families in this phase. In declining population, that means birth rates are less than death rates. Okay, we will see this example in Japan, Germany. Okay, see, you are now aware that population will shrink here, population will decline. So population explosion was here. Population starts increasing at the starting of early expanding, and population decreases to maximum at low stationary. We will see what happens here. Quick MCQs. Which country? Oh, India is in which state? The third. US in fourth. Japan in fifth. So guys, see, clearer and easier. When we see the wider the base and narrower the top, we will see and we will remember it as the most simple expanding type of pyramid. And we see equal base as that of top, we will say as stationary. Yeah, this is stationary growth. We see this in this way, and when we see in this way, the base is narrower and the top is widened, we say it as constrictive. Remember, the lower bottom represents younger generation and the top represents older generation. So when we say that youngers are more than that of elders, we will see a growth increase. An example, India. India is India belongs to expanding type of pyramid. Stationary is in where the elder and the youngers and the elders are at same pace, same number. We see in USA, UK, the developed ones, developed ones. But the scenario turns upside down, where constrictive pyramid, where population dips, decreases. We know in which country it is Japan, where older people are more than that of younger. So we can also see some new points here. Demographic dividend and demographic gift. So what are these? No, oh, sorry. These are same. It is also called a demographic gift, demographic burden. So these two concepts. What is demographic gift or demographic dividend, and what is demographic burden? So we will see demographic dividend in where younger population is more and older population is less, where younger generation is more, which will work more and will bring money more. So dividend means money, it will eventually bring more money. But the scenario turns upside down in demographic burden, where older population is more than that of younger ones. So older population is helpless. Yeah, they can't bring more money that is of young. So here money is less. So it becomes burden. Not in that sense, but it is called as demographic burden. So we can see demographic burden in this stage and demographic gift in this stage, where Indians have much younger population and Japanese have much older population. So this we can say declining stage has demographic burden and late expanding has demographic gift. Okay, stage 2, quick points now. Stage 2, population explosion. Stage 2, population explosion. Stage 3, India, late expanding. Stage 3, India, the demographic gift. Stage 5, declining, demographic burden, Japan and Germany, right? And stage 4 is for developed countries. Great, you're all smart guys. Grow and make everyone grow.